guys, what's up? It's J-Pop OG, and it's another great day for some J-Pop, because today we're going to be talking about Ato's song Value, my personal favorite Ato song. Now we're going to start looking at the credits first, because I want people to understand this song was written and composed by Vocaloid producer Police Piccadilly, one of my favorite producers, and was also assigned to do the animation to G-Co, who was working for the movie company Chocolate Inc. in collaboration with Apple. Now, Apple decided they wanted to have this entire video animated using applications that you can get on the store using an iPad. However you feel about that is kind of irrelevant to me, but it is something kind of cool to think about. So, when we look at who wrote the song, the lyrics of this song are from Police Piccadilly. The vocals are from Ato and the animations from G-Co. So we have three major artists collaborating in this one project. So what I'm going to do is we're going to watch the video and I'm going to make comments about it, and then we're going to break down the lyrics as we move through different sections. So about 3 or 4 sections in the video. So we're going to watch it, stop, and then we're going to break down the lyrics and we're going to continue like that. So, you ready? Let's go. Also, first of all, we can see some like cells, amoebas in the ocean. I think this is a good indicator that we're talking about life, we're talking about creation. I am approaching this song from a perspective that this song is about the creative process. The creative process and struggling, the type of struggle and suffering that goes in when you're trying to make something. That's what I think this song is about. Now, it's important to remember that your interpretation of any song is yours alone, and it is important and it matters. I am producing one interpretation, but your interpretation, still valid, still matters. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so here we see our first character, and in many Ato songs, the characters are based on her, sort of, but it's up to the animators or the composers to sort of create the character and then give that character a name. Now, I tried to find a name for this character, but unfortunately, when I look up information about this song, it's almost all just, well, they did it on an Apple iPad. I couldn't find one. So for this song, for today's video, for this purpose, I'm going to name this character Gaia-chan, which is based off of Gaia, the original old, Mother Earth goddess to us all from Greek mythology. I think that's appropriate here, and we want to avoid any ambiguity, because when I talk about Ato, I want to talk about her voice, but when I talk about Gaia-chan, I'm going to talk about the character. And I call her Gaia-chan because I do believe that she is representative of Mother Nature, Mother Earth, and I'm going to make my case for that in this video. Okay, let's continue. We see her waking up on a beach. Also, great detail how we see the reality of the sky and the ocean. That's real. That's like real footage. And then they superimpose the animation on top of that, creating a really uncanny feeling. It's really cool. I love it. Also, something I want you guys to notice is just how amazing the production on this is. The song starts off so soft, has like a little electronic sample, a little beat, and Ato is just very fluttering at like a high register. Almost sounds like she's on the verge of tears, or like she's kind of sad. Always putting emotion into the lyrics. Even though she didn't write them, she has an incredible ability for that. So, when this song builds tension and lets it rip, it's some of the most powerful stuff in J-Pop. And I love the production on this song. Okay, so we're going to get to the end of this little section right here, and then we're going to talk about the lyrics. Uh-oh, we got a little visitor here. But let's break down the lyrics of the part we just listened to. Okay. So for this part of the video, I'm going to be using lyrical-nonsense.com. No affiliation. They're not sponsored. I mean, I only have like 400 amazing subscribers. Thank you guys. But Ain't nobody gonna pay me anything to shill. I just use this, and I want you guys to know the kind of tools that I use. The reason I like this website is because I can put up the Romaji, the translations, and if I want, I can use the original Japanese, which includes Furigana and is completely Yomi-chan compatible. Yomi-chan being the program add-on that you can use in Firefox. I don't know if it's Chrome, might be Rikai-chan still, but you basically just mouse over hiragana in your browser and it immediately brings up an English translation. Great tool to have. So for this, I've got the Romaji and the English side by side, and when I mouse over them, you're going to be able to follow along with me. Okay, great, so let's start. So we have the first line here when the song began. Just until the limiter kicks in. Keep pretending to swim in this sea of superiority. Now this is a great line because it's already playing with sort of the metaphysical. Is what would a sea of superiority look like, right? Yuetsu no umi. Interesting idea. Keep rolling in any case. Nani ni shiro. Nani ni shiro is kind of like, what should I do, sort of, but I'm just kind of rolling. Just kind of floating through, not sure what's going on, but I'm trying to make something. And then until it's all empty again. So I think these lyrics really speak to the process of creation. Right? So until your limit, your ego can finally check itself, you swim in a sea of superiority because you need that confidence in yourself to make something good. When you want to make something incredible, you gotta be pushing that line. You gotta be right at the edge. You gotta know all the different details and things. Okay? But when you're at that edge, it's the unknown. You have to fly into the unknown a little bit, right? Keep rolling. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but you're experimenting, you're trying, you're pushing, you're making art. And then it's empty once again. You finished the thing you started, and now you have to start all over again. I hope you can understand the kind of perspective I'm going with here. All right, we get to this part down here. It's frustrating. I honestly want to know it all, maybe, perhaps. Keep flipping until the desired face appears, right? Nozonderu kao deru made. Right? The face you want to see. Now, this refers to art when you're making something and you have an idea of the way you want it to look, and you keep experimenting and you keep trying, you mold it. You're molding it. You're making something that is it better like this? Is it better like that? You're trying different things with your art. But once you're done, it's over. Right? Yappari owari. It's still the end, after all. You can try, you struggle, but eventually it has to come to an end. Oboiteru koto tte, to remember something, or more kind of like te is a short form of a grammatical function, toyu. So it's kind of like saying oboiteru koto, the act of remembering something. Like to remember something. It must have all been a lie. Because once you're finished making something, all you have of that thing, even if it exists, is the memory of it. Right? And to think about, you lose the memories of the struggle it took, the experimentation. Eventually it all fades away into the past. So it's interesting to think about. So, let's get to the next part of the music video. Whoops, I was one frame too late. Okay, so we see this deer staring at Gaia-chan. And I'm of the opinion that she is the one who made this deer, and the deer is looking back at her like, what am I doing here, sort of. And she's looking back at it like, I'm not sure what I was doing when I made you, sort of. They're staring at each other from across the sand. And of course we get this great animation of someone who actually just hand wrote the lyrics on top of the video, which I think was really cool. Great way to do a lyric video. Super fun. And of course, this part of the song is just full of tension. You can just feel it building, and it's gonna pop soon. Oh, I love this song. This is my favorite Otto song. I could listen to this 200 times every single time. It's like this. I'm not even listening to it right now. I'm already getting goosebumps thinking about the pop of tension coming up. Oh, baby. Okay, don't let me ruin it. Don't let me ruin the tension here. But we see a bunch of other animals. These are all creations of Mother Earth. These are all her creations. She made all of this. It's not exactly known what she was trying to go for, but we have all these different life forms. All of these different creations that she's made, looking back at her. So you see her put the stick in the ground and start drawing. And things just start happening. She's making stuff is just creations are just popping up. Plants, life forms, buildings. And the animals are still there. And she wanted to make more things. But she looks back and she sees the deer that she made. Not exactly sure maybe why she made it. And she just wants to create more things, but she can't let go of the other things that she made. This is going to make a lot more sense in a second. Okay, now let's get to the lyric part of that. Okay, let's start here. Right? Sawashi, mukuida. Right? Appropriate retribution, an appropriate punishment. Kamishitoi no jiyu. For freedom the size of a single hair. Kamishitoe, a single hair's width of freedom. Because you made something, and maybe you didn't like it. And so you wanted to forget it. So you traded it away for some freedom from that memory. Right? Traded for freedom on a fine line. Leaving everything as it is without looking back. You don't want to remember it. You just let it, you just leave it alone, and you walk away from it. Right? But, seinaka ni nokoru ure, sorrow remains on my back. Even if something happens that is bad and you try to forget it, no matter what, it will always stay with you. Even when you try desperately to get rid of it. So, it's on your back, but once you remember it, there was some value in that negative memory that you could have had, but we feel while the wind taking it away. Right? Feeling. This is, well, I don't, okay, this translation's a little iffy there, right? So, 風が奪っていくの, like the kanji nagara. So, and at the same time as I feel that sorrow, I can feel the wind coming to take it away again. Right? The wind being your memory, time, change, right? Time heals all. So, now we have sawashi ai nara. If we have an appropriate love for our memories, for our creations, it would even lay to rest the pain, the struggle of creating something. The artistic struggle of creating something, right? And I don't want anything if it's not everything. If you really love something, if you have a memory that you love more than anything else, you don't just want a memory of it. You want the whole thing. You want to relive it. What's the best day of your life? Do you want to remember it or do you want to live it every day? There is a slight tinge of disappointment. Even in that best day, it's creating friction somehow, right? Tricks won't work. Gomakashi wa kikanai. I can't, this means kind of like, I can't trick myself into believing. I can't just trick myself into only taking the good parts. without the bad or something. I want the whole thing. It's disappointing, right? You want the cake and you want to eat it. You want it all. To be greedy, sort of. But it's your creation. You made that. So how can you not? Brush off the sand. Suna o haraiba. Suna o haraiba. So suna is sand. Wipe it away. So, see? Moiteru is burning. Is burning. Moiteru nda. The memory of that still stays deep in your mind, burning. And when you wipe away that time, right? Because sand is a great metaphor for time. You wipe away the time that's passed from that memory, and you can still see the memory in your brain of that time you made something burning because you loved it. This song is about memories and creative process. It's difficult to decide how you should value something. Right? So, it's foolish to say value, right? Yumo oroka. So, it's stupid to assign value to any of these memories because no matter what, it will cause some friction in you. It's hard to say, well, if this was the worst thing, should I just get rid of it? Or should I keep the lessons from it? And if this was the best thing, does it actually stop me from growing? Is this really the top? What if I want to struggle again? What if I want to make something new? It's difficult to assign value to your own creations, but at the same time, sashiatari, value. For the time being, value. Because you need to apply value to everything you create and make. You need that confidence. You need that push, that drive. You gotta move. You gotta make it happen. So for the time being, you gotta put value on your creations. But afterwards, what do you do with it? Does it affect you in some way? Do you have regrets? Just some ideas to think about. Alright, now we can get it to the next part of the video. So we can see Gaia-chan just walking here. Trees are growing and dying. Buildings are coming up and falling apart, right? Time. And how it changes our creations. Everything you make will eventually fade into time. It fades into your memory. So you can see that her pushing herself forward, walking forward, is the act of creation. She's taking action, and everything is just being created around her. She is Mother Nature, right? Her very movement is creation. Also, this is a really interesting stop frame with a giant kokoro. At least I'm pretty sure that is. Pretty sure it's too big. Anyways, that's funny. Let's keep going. Right. Okay. So going back, kudaranai to omotteru no wa. The reason I think is trivial. Trivial, I think, is a little bit too nice of a word here. Kudaranai is kind of almost rude. I mean, it's a little bit of a harsh word in Japanese. If you said that about somebody else in Japanese, it's pretty insulting. So it's kind of like saying the reason I think it's crap is because I know it's in my dreams. Yume no naka te shiteru kara. Wow, that's a harsh line. I'm gonna let y'all just decide what you think that one means, because that's a harsh line. I love Piccadilly Police and Vocaloid music. They always come up with some like really impressively depressing things, and I love it. Right? Just stay decent. Don't beat yourself up too much, right? And pull yourself up. Create. Move. Do something. Right? We get here. 未だ足りないって妄想だったみたい. Feeling like it's not enough still. It was all a delusion. Now, what does this mean? When you're working on something and you're constantly making little changes, trying to make it the best thing that you can, experimenting, you've pushed yourself past a point when it was even done. You've overcomplicated it, maybe. You were the only one thinking that it wasn't enough. But it was all a delusion, or in your head. In your head. Feeling like it wasn't enough was all in my head. And so we go here, and we start the chorus again, but the words have changed a little bit, right? So we're starting with the same Sawashi Mukuida. Let's get some coffee in here. Right? Appropriate retribution, appropriate punishment. Right? Kimari kita kodoku ga. Now, who knows kodoku? All right? Kodoku na tomodachi. All right, I know y'all have listened to Plastic Love. Let's learn some Japanese today, okay? Okay, so a predetermined loneliness has been assigned. Even if it's not everything, I can just pretend. Sediment remains in my heart, right? A predetermined loneliness has been assigned. So the predetermined loneliness is you separate yourself from the thing. Right? That's your punishment. Your punishment is you separate yourself from that memory and that loneliness from that memory. So that not only is the memory lonely, but you yourself are lonely from that memory because you separated a part of yourself. Right? Even if it's not everything, even if it's not all the bad and all the good and all that stuff, I can just pretend, hey, it wasn't that bad. I let that go. As long as I can just pretend. But you know what? No matter what you do, you can never truly let go of something that's that bad or that good, how much value it had. The sediment, the ori, right? Kokoro ni nokosu ori. Right? Kokoro is heart, nokosu is left, and ori is sediment. The sediment left in your heart. Right? All while knowing, shirinagara, that the wind is coming to take it away again. To take that memory away from you, to take the badness, the negativity, because you can't stand it. But you're still losing a piece of yourself, even if it's the worst part of yourself. And there's part of your ego that just doesn't want to lose that. You want to hold on to everything. I get it. Okay. Wait a second. Did I mess this? Oh, I did. I cut too early. I got ahead of myself. Okay. We can get back to the video then. Okay, so just to be clear, this line in the sand that they're showing is Gaia-chan's stick. Her walking stick is a metaphor for a pencil or brush. We're going to see that in 1 second. But this is supposed to be like a line on a piece of paper, but that paper is the earth and the artist is Mother Nature. Man, it's a bop. Okay, I don't know if y'all saw that. Let's go back. This is probably the most important part of the song right here. We see her stick in the sand, right? Just like I was talking about. And then it cuts to a darker hand holding a marker. Then it cuts to a lighter hand holding a calligraphy brush. Then it cuts to a felt tip pen. Those little ink pens, from I don't know, old America or something like that. I don't know. I'm about to reveal how dumb I am. Let me stop. And then we have a pencil, a modern day pencil. And then I think what this is supposed to be is a tablet. I think this is supposed to be the Apple Pencil. I don't know. Okay. But it is like literally a frame of product placement. So I'm cool. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Whatever y'all want to do, that's cool. Right? And then it cuts to her face. What an incredible moment. Let's go back a little bit so we can watch that again. And here we see the lines on the paper. And all of this is referencing the creative process. A line on a paper, something you draw, animation, a letter you write, musical lyrics. Think about all the different things you can do with a pencil or a brush or a pen. Your ideas, your potential, it's limitless. That's what this song's about. And that's why I love it so much. You know, in my opinion. In my opinion. And of course, she's just screaming muétero. Ado gives such an incredible performance. The tension and overflowing emotion. When she just lets that part rip on the end of the chorus, it just gives me chills every time, man. I am goosed up to the max when I listen to this song. I've listened to it probably over 1,000 times. I know all the words front to back, and every single time I'm just like, it's great. Uh-oh. Our animal friends happen to fade away. And this is representative of the passage of time, of memory, of the creative process. She created all those animals, and then time happened, and now they're gone. But there's going to be more of them. There's going to be more of them. But that's her memory. You know? Did she dislike the animal? Did she love the animal? What should she do with the memory of it? It's hard to figure out. I love it. It's so cool. This video is so cool to think about. Thank you guys for joining me today. This is so fun. And now we see the people, right? They are different ages. Fading, growing, the passage of time. Marudeso like you, right? Just like you. You are creating. You're moving through time. You are changing. You yourself as a human being are art. And you can make art in this world. The process and struggle of creation and how we put value on the things we create. And then we see the final cutscene. She's been drawing a line away from the beach. You know, she's going back to creating. She's got to create. Ado's always creating. Ado's pumping out music because there's always people who are making songs for her. That type of collaboration allows people to put out a much faster workflow than would ever be possible if Ado had to write and direct and compose and do everything herself. And we just get this awesome collaboration between Police Piccadilly, Ado, and Jiko to make this whole thing possible. And I just love it. I just love it. So let's go over the last bit of lyrics there real quick. All right. Mata koko de owachao. So once again, it ends here. You created something, it's complete. And I want to embrace it obsessively. It's different from kindness. When you create something, you finish it, you want to hold on to it. You don't want to let that go. It's not about kindness, it's almost about ego. You just can't bear to let it go, or you're so proud of it. It represents you. You made this amazing thing, which means you're amazing. But you also have a personal relationship with the things that you create. Right? And then we go back to here. 覚えてることって and then the chorus from before starts again. So it's the exact same as the first hook, right? Appropriate retribution traded for freedom on a fine line. Leaving everything as it is without looking back. Sorrow remains on my back while feeling the wind coming to take it away. Right? Appropriate love will lay to rest this pain. I don't want anything if it's not everything. Tricks won't work. Brush off the sand. 砂を払えば See, it's burning. 燃えてる。燃えてるんだ。And then we get the last bit of lyrics here at the end, right? ユモオロカ value, value. So, same thing from before. It's foolish to say value, value. And I think the reason that we say value twice in this song is actually because we have negative value and positive value, right? The worst day of your life and the best day of your life. Both of these things have value. They're just different value in your mind. But you still hold on to them. Right? So, 差し当たり value, value. まるでそう like you, like you. まるで completely, totally. It kind of means like a full circle, like just completely. It's just like you. Like you. あぶり出す. Now, this says smoke it out, which kind of seems kind of silly, but あぶり出す has like some interesting culture behind it. So in the old days, sometimes people would write letters to each other in lemon juice. So it would act like magic ink. You would get a plain piece of paper, but when you hold the paper over the fire, the heat activates and the smoke activates, and it burns the lemon on the paper to reveal the message. And what do you have to do to find your value? Put yourself under some fire. Work yourself a little bit. Smoke that value out of yourself, right? It's just like you, like you. You gotta smoke that value out. You gotta find it. You gotta struggle. You gotta get in there. All right. Well, what did you guys think? Am I completely off base? Do I sound like a rambling, insane man? It's okay, guys. Interpretations, there's many of them. You can write your interpretation in a comment below, but just remember, this is an auto video. This is the auto community. Let's be kind to each other and stay out of the rain when we can, okay? I'm J-Pop OG, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.